Hi, welcome to Baking with Elaine, and I'm so glad you can join me today. And today we're going to be making an under the sea cake. Okay, so this is under the ocean, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a fish and making some coral, and this is all done with buttercream. And so the tools that you're going to be needing is the round tips. Okay, I did a round tip here, and this is a number 10 tip. Okay, so I have several colors here. I have a green, an orange, and then I have a little bit of a yellow here, okay? And then I have a number 10 round tip, and that's a really tiny one. I also have a leaf tip, and this is a number 352, okay? And so then my colors are gonna be like a little bit of a coral orange. I have some blues here, and I have this light blue, and then I have some purple and some yellow that you saw that I had already mixed with my buttercream. And the buttercream is a powdered sugar buttercream, and this one has 1.5 cups of shortening. It has 3 cups of butter, and you're going to mix this in your mixer. Make sure that your butter is soft and it's at room temperature, okay? And you're going to mix it until there is no little pellets and no, it's just going to be a nice smooth creamy before you add in your powdered sugar. Your powdered sugar is going to be, I used only 6 cups because I'm just doing a 1 tier, okay? And it's easier to flow through, and it's not as sweet, but if you want it sweet, it calls for 12 cups of sugar. Okay, if you do 2-tier cake, do 12 cups of sugar, okay? And then I added some, I did 6 tablespoons of milk, or you can do water, okay? And then 2 tablespoons of vanilla, all right? And you mix it in your mixer with the paddle, okay? You're gonna make sure that your shortening and your butter is well mixed before you add in your powdered sugar, which should be sifted before you add it in, and add it in gradually, okay, at a low speed. Then take it up to a high speed once all the powdered sugar is well mixed in there, okay? Okay, and then we're also gonna be making, I'm gonna tell you how to make these white chocolate seashells too. They're very easy, okay? All right, so we're gonna get started with this cake. Now, I've already have my cake slightly iced with a little bit of buttercream. Now, if you're doing a chocolate cake or a cake that has color in it, you wanna make sure that you just wanna make sure you crumb ice this cake, okay? Then stick it in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes. Let the icing set on there, and then you're gonna come out and you're gonna lightly ice. You're just gonna lightly ice your cake with white buttercream. And you're not gonna have to have it perfect. Remember that this is gonna be all very colorful. And I always start like this with my thumb on the side, and then this, and I'm just gonna gradually go around, lightly icing the cake, okay? And I use this very edge, and I don't go this way, I go this. And I have this tip here going like this, so this way, okay, on a little bit of an angle, going all the way around, okay? Smooth the top up a little bit here, just like this, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure it's just iced all white, but very light. It doesn't have to have a lot of icing because we're going to be adding color to this cake now. Okay, so I'm going to first start with a blue right here, a little bit of a darker blue, all right? And you don't have to stick to these colors as well. You can even go darker than this and add purple, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and go with the bottom part here and smear it just around, just like this. Add some more blue. I'm using the tip of my, I lost my memory there, of my spatula. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to use the tip of this, and I'm just going to go around like this, okay, until it's nice. And I am using the flat end because it's already iced a little bit. Now, to smooth it out again, I'm just going to use the edge right here, go all the way around, Now I want to add some purple. Now remember, this is your canvas. This is so much fun. This is your canvas. And I love these cakes because they're very forgiving. They don't have to be like perfect because you're just doing some art on this. I'm going to do a little bit of purple, okay? Because I want it a little bit dark. Just a little bit of purple here. See, I'm just going around like this, just with a little bit of purple, okay? And I'm just smearing it out. This is my canvas. Okay, so I'm always scraping off the spatula, cleaning it up. So I'm gonna go with this smaller spatula now. And I'm gonna go with a little lighter blue here, okay? This has been sitting, so I'm gonna mix it because it's got a little bit of air in it. Make sure it's nice and smooth before you apply it to your cake, all right? Okay, so now I'm gonna add this to the top up here. And you see it's got some coming up on the side of the cake. And we're just gonna go like that. Okay, so now it's nice and blue. And I just want to add more of this dark blue now in with the purple, and just smear it all the way around, just like that. I don't want no white showing. Okay, so no white showing. Alrighty. Just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to take this light blue, go like this, on the top, bring it in, okay, from the edges. Okay, just bring it in from the edges right here, cover it. Okay, so I've got it all covered up top, and I want to add a little bit, and I have a little bit of purple. Okay, so now I'm going to get my bigger spatula, just smooth everything out. And I'm just using the tip. You see how little is coming off? You don't want much coming off. Just smooth it a little bit, just like that. And then I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to start from the, see how the edges are? Very light. I'm not going to take that much off. Just bringing it in, okay? Just clean it up a little bit. Okay, very light, not a whole bunch. I'm just bringing it in. And remember, it doesn't have to be nice and, I got a little white. It doesn't have to be nice and even and very smooth at the top, because it's just, this is an under the sea cake, okay? We have little ocean waves. Okay, so I just went from the bottom, just smeared it with this tip. Okay, so you see now here, I have this nice and iced with different colors of blues and purples. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up this bottom part. I'm gonna take this here and I'm just going and just scraping it off. Or you can just take a little towel and just clean up your board, just like that. All right, okay, so that the board is nice and clean. All right, so now we have the base here, and this is our base of our canvas here, okay, right here. All right, so I am going to start with some seaweed, and here we go. First, I know what we're going to start with. First, we're going to start with fish, and then we'll build the seaweed around the fish, okay? So here, I've got the round tip here, all right? So I'm going to make a nice circle, and this is kind of hard here. So I'm going to make a nice circle for you, just like that. Okay, so you want to start off with the circle. Now just remember that it's going to be a little triangle here. Okay, so I did a little triangle right there. Okay, you see that? All right, and then now I'm going to use the same tip. Make sure your tip is always clean. Now I'm going to do a little swish on the side for his fin right here. Just like that. So I just went like this. And we'll just go ahead and I'll show you from here. All I did was just go just like that, okay? I didn't put a lot of pressure on that, okay? And then I'm going to take this little right here. I'm looking for, all right, we're just gonna go like this. I'm gonna take the end of this and I wanna make some kind of indentation here, right here, to show that he has a mouth, okay? I'll do that. And I'm looking for my small paring knife. And I had it, here it is. This will help right here. This little paring knife. And right here, I just want to make sure that he's got a little mouth right there. Now, I like this little paring knife because now with the, right here, with the little fishy thing here, I'm just smoothing that out. Just, well, with the, I'm not smoothing it out, I'm just creating a little texture with the tip of this knife, okay? So I have his mouth, and then with the little fin, I'm just creating a little texture. You see what I did there? Okay? All right, and now, to make him come alive, I'm gonna make his eye, and I'm gonna do white, just like that, with a little round, okay? And then the next thing I'm going to do, and I wanted to do this, you can use another tip like this here, and this one was the number 4 tip. It's very small for the eye. And now I want to do a little black to make him come even more alive. And I'm just going to use this parchment paper here to put the black in. And so what I do is I take my thumb, index finger, roll it over. Just like this, make a nice cone. I just like to show you because this is just so handy. Flip it over, and I'm showing you this because it's just so handy. I love working with these cones with the parchment paper, and I'll usually have all kinds of colors with just the cones and not having to use the bag, okay? But so I just did that one on purpose just to show you how to make a cone. And then I'm going to put the black in here, and then I'm going to fold it over. Okay, make sure, and then make sure that there's, you know, it could be a tiny little hole, and that's what I'm making. And I cut right here, a little tiny hole, okay? And now I'm gonna put a nice dot where his eye is. He had a little tip there, so. Okay, and you see how he just comes alive right there? Okay, there we go. All right. So then now we have that little fish there, and you can do like, here we go, here. And then I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna squeeze a little yellow, and then go ahead and make another little cone I did, okay? And I just want some color. So I'm gonna go on his fins here and just add a little color, little lines here, okay? And then on his little swish here. Okay, so I have a little color on him, all right? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do another, I'm gonna go ahead and do a yellow one really quick here and show you. So we're gonna make him just a little bigger. Here is his head, the round circle. Then I'm going to do a nice little triangle, okay, with the same. And you can do a smaller tip too if you're not comfortable with this size tip, all right? Again, I'm going to use my paring knife, and I'm going to make his little tail here. Gets his, like, his little fins, okay? There we go. I scorched it, just scored, not scorch it, scored. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little Nike swish here. Okay, and then again, I'm just going to go with that. And then here we go with his eyes. I like it. And then the nice little black for this little fish to come alive. Okay, and then I have that little, here I want a little mouth. Okay, and then I just made a little mouth. Okay, I made it a little bit bigger, and all I did was put this in to the circle, pulled it out just like that. pull it out. That's what I love about these, because they're nice and small. We can do the same with this fish too. Pull it out, make it a little bigger so you'll see his mouth. Then, if you really want to get creative, I'll do the yellow one. That's what I like about these interchangeable couplings. Okay, so I'm going to put in another, I'm going to get this one here. And this is a number 2 tip, or it could be a small, okay? And you could just make little lips. There we go. And then all I did was just trace it. All I did was trace the outer of the mouth with the circle, okay? So that's all I did. Okay, so there we go. We have 2 fishies here. Isn't that great? Okay, so now I want to make, I'm going to make some seaweed. Okay, I'm going to use this nice green here. And I'm going to use this leaf tip here. And this was the 362 tip here. No, 352, excuse me. It's the 352 tip, okay? All right. It's like the beginning. And so now I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to use this sideways. I don't want to use it this way. I'm going to use it sideways, okay? And then I'm going to come up like this, okay? And then I'm going to start from the very right here. I'm going to start right here, and then I'm going to come up right here, okay? And then again, okay? So then we're going to do that again. Just start right there on the bottom with that seaweed. And then you're going to go all the way around the cake. All the way to the top, however big you want to make it. Okay. Just like that. All right. Okay. I'm going to go and I'm going to use this small tip again that I made the eyes. And I'm going to just press right here. I'm using this. These 3 are very important. These 4 fingers right here. You're going to twist your bag. Always twist your bag, okay? And then that way you have control of your cake bag, okay? Your decorating bag here. And then all I did was just push here with these, okay? And then I'm going to make little air bubbles, okay? And then the tinier I go. So I start big, and then I went up tinier, okay? And it's on a very little pressure, okay? Pressure first for the big one, okay? So I squeeze out that way, and then less pressure as I go up. And then now I'm just tapping it, okay? Just for the air bubbles. And then if I want air bubbles through the seaweed like this, I'm using these 4 fingers here, and that's my control. I just don't know how much to emphasize that these is very important to twist and have your bag tight and use the 4 fingers, okay? So I'm going around this way, making this big, then I just go smaller on each one, and now I'm just barely tapping it for that one, okay? For the bigger one. Okay, so now I want to make some, I'm going to make some coral. All right, so I have purple right here, and then I'm going to squeeze it again, and then I have the round tip again, and this one's number 10, okay? So I'm just going to start in like a swirl up, like an ice cream cone swirl, okay? And then I'm going to do it very small, and then I'm going to go, and I'm going to make 3, okay? There we go. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to start larger at the bottom, go in circles all the way up like an ice cream cone. Okay, now we have some coral. And an ice cream cone again. And then I do it in sets of 3s, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do some yellow ones. Add some colorful. All right. Then we'll go here. goes all circles, little ice cream cones, tiny, tiny, tiny. And I'm using this here, okay? Just squeezing, squeeze. Okay, there we go. So now we have that. Okay, and then we have our seaweed, and that was the same thing. Twist, twist, and then just all the way up on the side. Okay, so then we have the fish, and we have that. And then I want to do a little more color. Let's see, I'm gonna do another orange one over here. Circle, circle, and remember you can do this any colors you want, okay? All right, anything you want. And then we have this nice little fishy cake here. And I think like one more fish will be really good here. Let's do one with another yellow here. We'll do a little baby one, okay? And then here, a little triangle, okay? And then a little right there, okay. More fish, the better. And we're just gonna go all the way out with its little fannies. There we go. And then now with the little mouth, I'm gonna put the knife in here one more time and just kind of open it up with this and then bring it out like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna make the eye again. And use the black here. Okay, there you go. And then here he is. And you can do different colors as well. Okay, you could add colors to these fishes. Oh, he's a cutie. And you can add stripes if you want to the little fish. Okay, so now we have that going. Okay, so now I have the white, and then I want to do some white coral. So now I'm going to use this little tip here. I like this one here. This one's a number 8. This one is a number 16 tip, and it's a star tip. And this is a little star tip, and so I'm going to just add like little tree things here. Okay, just like that for some white coral. Okay. Okay, and then I just have some white here, and I'll just go. So you're just making the same kind of idea as your, as the, what do you call these now? Oh my gosh, I'm just going, okay, the same idea. You're just pulling it up. Oh my goodness. Okay, just like that, just pulling it up like this. Okay, in any shapes that you want. Okay, all right, so just like that. And then so now I have some white, and then I want to go and make his little bubbles here. Oh, we got to change this coupling. Okay, back to some more. I want to make some more air bubbles here. Okay, seaweed. Oh my goodness, so these are our little seaweeds here. That's it, I knew it would come back to me. Okay, so I want some little bubbles here. Okay, there you go. So then now we have an under the sea here, and what I did with this here, you see the white coral, I just pulled up, but just a different shapes here, different. Okay, none of it has to be the same. You don't want it to be exactly the same. Okay, so far we have that going on. Okay, so now we're going to attempt an octopus here. I'm going to do an octopus on the top of this cake. Whoops, okay, just dropped my, okay, so I have this green, and it could be any color you want, but I'm going to choose this green. Okay. Okay, and now I'm going to squeeze this color out, so you want to get the air out, this is This is a round tip from the coupling, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and then I'm just gonna go right here. I'm gonna keep squeezing, squeezing, squeezing with the 4 fingers and squeezing, okay? I'm gonna tap it down. I'm trying to get a round head, tap it down to where it looks like it's round. There we go. Okay, so it's just soft enough here. Okay. All right, so I can use this nice little paring knife to just shape it. All righty. I want to make a little bit more taller, so let's just keep, I'm just squeezing more gently out, okay? All right, because I think that's big enough right there, okay? So all I did was just twist, and then I used my 4 fingers and I just gently kept pushing out a little bit, a little bit, a little bit until I got the size I wanted. Okay, you don't want it too big because it is icing and it's not gonna hold. So you just want it like this. If you want it much bigger, then you're gonna make a fondant. Okay, so I just smoothed the top of that out. Okay, so back to, I'm gonna put the coupling on with this right here. I just dropped my coupling here. I always have extra. Okay, so I'm gonna put the number 10. Was this the number 10 one? It's the round one, number 10. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna make his legs. Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna just go, and I'm gonna squeeze in here, and then I'm gonna lift it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go, I'm squeezing, and then I lift up, and then I push up like that. Okay, so that way his leg looks like it's like has a little knee. Okay, so then I'm gonna do the same thing here. Squeeze, lift up, and then come out. Okay, because I don't want it to look like a spider. I'm trying to make it looking like an octopus. Okay, so I'm squeezing at the very beginning here. Okay, I'm squeezing, and then I push up a little bit, and then I have it come out, the leg. I push out, I just pull away so that the ends can have that, so it could be thin at the ends. Okay, so the same thing, I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to have it come down the side of the cake. So I'm squeezing, pull up, and then I come down. Okay, you see how his leg is coming out like this? He's got that bent. Okay, all right, so we have that there, just like that. So I'm going to make his eyes right here. I'm making round circles. Okay. And I'm also going to switch out this here. I'm going to squeeze out. Okay. I'm going to squeeze out. So I have his eyes. This one went a little droopy. Just pick it up like that, or use your paring knife. I want his eyes a little round there. Okay? All right. So I squeezed out this. Now I'm going to add this yellow in here. Just kind of mix it up, bring it to the end, and then I'm squeezing out the air. And then I want a small circle one, the small one here, and I want to make his little tentacles. I just wanted a little bit of a different color, so I'm just squeezing out till I see some yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to make his tentacles, and I'm just going to do little circles, just so that it's slightly a different color, the green. Okay, and so I'm just making little circles at the end of his legs, at the tip of his legs, just barely tapping the little circles here. Okay, I don't want it sticking up, I just want it. Okay, let's see how that, look at what they look like. Okay, up close. And then this one. I'm going to make another. Okay. So I just have it just like that. All right. And now for his eyes, so he can come alive here. I'm just going to go. And I have it, the black going towards the bottom there. Okay. And so now I want to open up for his mouth. Or just see, I just take that tip. These are so handy. And I'm just have a nice little, okay. Okay, we just want them to smile there, and then I'm just smoothing it out. There you go. Okay, so we have a little octopus. It's a little funny, so I'm gonna move it over just a little bit. There we go. Okay, all right, so then I have his mouth, and you could add a little red to that too, for his mouth to show up a little bit better. Okay, all right, so now I want to just decorate the top of this. And let me see, I'm going to get a little bit of red here. Okay, so we'll just do, or pink. Let's see, I'm going to get some red color going here. All right, just because I want a little color to his mouth. And I can do that. And then I'll get a little nice, here's the red. Okay, and then I'm just using this little knife to just, because it's not very much, the red, okay? All right, so I just got a little bit here. And again, that's why I like to have these on hand, because they're just there. And then again, I just went around my fingers, bringing it to a point, coming back. I want it nice and sharp at the end. And then I'm gonna scoop up the little bit of red. Because it's not a very big amount, that's why I like keeping these on hand for the little, okay, for the little details. All right, so I'm gonna just cut a little tip off. I want some life into him. He needs a little bit of rust cheekies here, and then I'm just putting in some red to his little cheeks right there. Okay. I just want a little bit of life into him. I feel like his eyes are just a little bit crooked here. We're gonna go ahead and just lift it up. There we go. I'm just fixing him. Okay, then I'm going to add a little red right here into his mouth, okay? Okay, and then I'm going to fix his eye. There we go. Okay. All right, so then now we have the octopus under the sea cake. I'm going to do a little bit of coral, okay, on the top, like I did on the side. Just coming up, just do little ice cream cones, okay. And we'll do purple. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then now I have some white seashells. Okay, and so with these white seashells, okay, now these white seashells here, I like to color them, okay, because I did them in white, and then I like to take my powder, okay, so I have different colors of powder here, and you can get these powders, and you can get shiny powders, and you can get them at your local craft store. And what I do is I just take them, and I take my brush, and then I just kind of brush them with these different colors here. And you see how this one is a nice little gold. Now I'm going to add a little purple to it, okay, and this is the white seashell, and that way it has different colors. And then I'm just going to lay them on my cake. I'll have one right here, okay, and they're white chocolate. All right, so I get the white chocolate pellets from the local craft store, and for for this cake here, I made, let's see, 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seashells, okay? So I made 9 seashells with a 1/2 cup of the small pellets, the white chocolate pellets. I did a 1/2 cup of white chocolate pellets, and I put it in a glass bowl with a teaspoon of canola oil, okay? And then I put the white chocolates into the microwave, increments at a time. Very important. Start off with 20 seconds, okay? Your glass bowl is going to be heated up, and you're going to keep stirring it. Put in another 10 seconds. You want to go smaller increments after that. 10 seconds into the microwave, and then you stir it around, and then you, with a nice, you don't want a spoon, you want like a plastic spatula. And then and then once it's nice and melted, you could overcook chocolate, okay? I've done it many times, and it comes out to these little, it just gets horrible, and little tiny pellets in there. I used this clear one here, and I believe I got this in the soap section in the craft store, and these pop out very nice, but they had a lot of different kinds of seashells, and then they had a little starfish. This here is a mold here, a plastic mold that you could probably find online as well, okay, and they pop out easy. Once I poured all the chocolate in here, you want to bang it, okay? If you don't bang it, it's not going to be smooth. This one didn't turn out smooth because I forgot to bang it, but most of them did. So I poured it in here, or then you can just, bang it. You could either pour it in or scoop it in with a spoon, okay? And bang it, okay? Make sure that it's all covered. All right, and then you're just going to take your spatula. You're just going to scrape off the excess chocolate, okay? All right, so that's how you make your white chocolate seashells. So easy. All right, and now I like the white ones only because that way I can, what I can do is I like to color them with these different colors here. And I'm just doing, they're powdered, and then they look like, to me, they look shiny and like seashells. And then I have a green, a peach here, and this green one here is coming out pretty cool right here, okay? And then I added other accent colors to it. You see how that just comes out really with the glisten, and they're just different powders, and you can get them online too, all the different color powders. So if you're doing a seashell cake, so that's my favorite way of making some seashells. And then here, this one here, I'm just going to use a pink, and all you do is just put a nice brush here, nice clean brush. No, you don't have to add anything else, okay? Listen. And all you do is that, and it just kind of falls into the crevices, and it just comes out different colors, and they just come out very beautiful. And you can just do different colors too. Like now I'm adding green to this just to, okay, give it some color, okay? And then I'll add this one here. I could add this one here to here, just like that, okay? Now we'll have, it's coming together. And then I have this starfish right here. Okay, that came out of the little form there, the template. And I'm gonna do this one all like a gold color here. And then, you see, and it's got a nice shine. And then I take another color, just add a little accent. Okay. All right, so then I have this starfish. Okay, and then I'll just place that right here. Okay, so then you can just place them wherever you want. And then here we have an under the sea cake here. You can add as much as you want to this. More fishes, more. It's your canvas. Remember, it's your canvas. And then these are just the ideas of, these are just the different ideas that I'm giving you. And then I just love these little air bubbles going up like this. Okay, all right. There you go. Thank you for joining me at Baking with Elaine. And you can go to Baking with Elaine for some more ideas, bakingwithelaine.com. You can also see all my other videos as well on cake decorating and baking. Okay, thank you for joining me. Bye. Have a great one.